We are here after watching PSG versus Real Madrid. What a massacre, 4-0 from PSG. What a performance. The Real Madrid defenders have some explanations to do today to the team, to the coach at the end of the match. But in general, even though Real Madrid was losing 2-0, they weren't pressing, they weren't actively trying to go back into the game. I didn't really enjoy that, especially when you're losing 2-0. I think you gotta try and force some changes. You gotta try and bring the game into your side. Real Madrid didn't do that, and PSG just dominated. They played so well, so many great passes, great semi-direct passes if you talk in terms of FM. The third goal came in 4 or 5 passes through the right. Such good players, good play. The wingers came in to help the midfield. The midfield of PSG is incredible. Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, Vitinha. They work so well. Great movements. Marquinhos actually surprised me today. He's still playing really good. He made a great interceptions. Beraldo, even though he's not that super central back, he played really solid and he makes some good passes as well into the front line. But of course, Nunmensch and Hakimi, what great fullbacks. PSG is very well served. Then up front, Kvaratskhelia didn't play that well. Dembele played great. I really love when he comes in to play more in the midfield, and the way he played really great as well. In my opinion, Mbappe is one of the worst players from Real Madrid. He wasn't pressing, he wasn't passing. He was too individual, too egotistic. I really hated it. One of the best players, in my opinion, for Real Madrid was Arda Güler, and then Eder Militão when he came in. Also, Courtois made 2 or 3 saves that were very important at the start of the game. And then it was even kind of boring, especially in the last 15 minutes of the first half. Real Madrid was really not wanting to up the rhythm and bring more pressure and intention to the game. I really didn't enjoy that. But in the end of the day, I'm really excited for the final on Sunday. PSG versus Chelsea. I think PSG will win easily, but Chelsea will apply more pressure and they will defend better than Real Madrid. So PSG might not be ready for that. Chelsea might even do the Botafogo treatment where they defend a lot, get one lucky goal, and PSG might have problems. But if PSG plays as well as they play today, they will not be stopped by a parked bus because Jose Mourinho is not there to drive the bus. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Real Madrid future, thinking about it, right? I think Xabi Alonso is doing a good work. I think the team played way better without Mbappe on the starting 11. I think without Mbappe, the team plays more together. That used to happen before with Portugal, when Portugal didn't have such a good team as it has right now. When Ronaldo would play, the game would flow too much to Ronaldo and the team wouldn't play as a team. You know what I'm saying? And I think it happens a little bit now with Mbappe, especially Mbappe. He had some digestive problems in the States. He wasn't really fit, really up to rhythm to play. I think he kind of hurt the team. The team. He hurt the chemistry. He hurt the connection of the team. And of course, Asensio. I think it was him that made the 2 mistakes that led to PSG goals. That was just a bit unfortunate. He's not a bad central back. He's not like a super good central back. Like I said, I think Eden Militão really came in and did amazingly well. I think Eden Militão did really well. Not only he was defending better, he even blocked the pass that would lead into a goal, and he was really clear, really sharp on that 1v1. And then he was also bringing the press way better. He was helping up the flank on the right. He was controlling the high press of Real Madrid, which wasn't a lot. And I think that was the weirdest part for me. Like, especially when you're losing 2-0, I really think that pressure should be way more in there. The Real Madrid players were too passive, especially Vinicius and Mbappe. I don't know if that was intentional, if it was a strategy, they talked with the manager, but I really didn't enjoy the lack of pressure of those two forwards because when you look at PSG, the wingers will drop in to press. Even Dembele will press a little bit, not as much as the wingers, but great work. Now let's talk about the Portuguese players, Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, João Neves, and Gonçalo Ramos that did get the goal and did the Diogo Jota celebration. Rest in peace, you all know how it is. But Vitinha and João Neves, what a performance. Even at the 85th minute, Vitinha was running like a crazy man in possession, burning meters, driving the ball forward to be a threat to Real Madrid. João Neves doing great long passes, great long throws, great recuperations. Sometimes the team will be unbalanced and he'll be the one catching back with all the pace to cover the holes, and I just love it. Nuno Mendes wasn't so explosive today, wasn't as so powerful or going forwards. I think he's tired. He's been playing a lot of games, and not only he plays a lot of games, he plays every game with intensity. But if you remember, in the Nations League games for Portugal versus Germany and versus Spain, Nuno Mendes had some moments of explosion, right? But it was like all the time. He was already a bit tired. He was already a bit conserving his energy, and it totally makes sense, right? Fabian Ruiz, gotta shout him out because he spent the whole game with a bandage on his left knee, and in the end of the first half, he was kind of struggling, but he came back. He was still defending, he was still covering ground, making great passes, making great movements with the rest of the midfield. And I think also that's a big difference. I think Bellingham, I forgot about to mention him, he was one of the best players for Real Madrid. Arda Güler was more creative. Bellingham was a bit more of keeping up the press, giving options to pass. But the midfielders of PSG were just way better. They were just bringing v- way more press, way more defense. And then no, Rudiger. I'm here watching the replay. Rudiger was the one that made one of the mistakes as well. And now we're seeing the third goal. It's just great, simple passes through the right, so well played. And sometimes as well, and I'm remembering this, one of the midfielders of PSG will just be in between the midfield and the defense of Real Madrid, like if he wasn't playing a game, like if it was a training session. So there is still some work to do. I think Xabi Alonso is capable of way better. I think Xabi Alonso still has some work to do. Like I said, I think Mbappe really kind of perturbed the chemistry of the team. Great move of Barcola and Gonçalo Ramos on the fourth goal. And I think the biggest problem for Real Madrid is the lack of press, and they weren't dangerous, right? They weren't dangerous at all. They had a couple of shots, most of them were deflected, they got a lot of corners, but that also means that they weren't able to bring the ball close to the goal, and that's a bit worrying, right? Uh, we still have a long time to do. Xabi Alonso came in not a long time ago, but they were doing way better in the group stage and in the other games of the Club World Cup. But I think they will be a menace if they have time. Also, I think they need a better striker or a striker per se. When I was doing the stream, I was saying that Real Madrid has great forwards, but they don't have a great striker. I was saying that they should buy Gyökeres, for an example. Like Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo. They are really good forwards, but not strikers. And I think Real Madrid really needs that more powerful presence close to the box so the game can be their players, I mean, can be finished in a more efficient and threatening way, because then that also perturbs the defense, and when the defense is unsure and secure, F for Real Madrid, bro, they played really bad, let's be honest. So let's see who played well for Real Madrid. Courtois in the goal, Bellingham, Guler, and perhaps Valverde, but he was a right back in the start. It was really weird. Um, yeah, Eder Militão did really well as well. I really enjoyed it when he came in. Who played bad for Real Madrid? Asensio with the mistakes. Rudiger made one mistake, but then he was solid. Mbappe and Vinicius, I think, were very poor. And Valverde was alright. He was forced to play off position. Carvajal is not injured anymore. No, he came in to play today. But yeah, so he came in and saw yellow immediately. I don't think he brought much value to the team when he came in, you know. But it was a great match overall. I love the way that PSG played, and I was watching on the TV while doing the stream, and the commentator said that it can be an epic year for PSG because they can win all the trophies. But it's not just about the wins; it's about how they won. They played really, really well. Good defense, good possession, good quick attacks. And when you think about, for example, Jose Mourinho, Chelsea or Inter winning stuff, they were super defensive, always going for counter-attack. And I think this PSG team is super complete, right? Like, it's really good to watch them play. I don't know how Botafogo was able to win against them. They were kind of lucky as well. Botafogo, I remember their goal was lucky. It was a deflection on the defender. But this PSG team is one of the best teams I've ever seen. They don't dominate like Barca or Man City from Pep Guardiola, which I like that. They take the chances of the game, they play quick and efficiently, and their midfielders with the fullbacks and the wingers just makes that team such a unit. Thank you for watching this video. Catch me live on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube using the links down below, and I see you next time. Leave a like and subscribe.